This recording is about how to get to your USA Test Prep stuff. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to usatestprep.com. When you go there, there'll be a login in the upper right-hand corner. It's going to ask you for your account ID, your username, and your password. Before I show you guys that page, I want to talk about this stuff a little bit. The account ID is WEVA82. You'll notice that it is in lowercase with no space. Your username is your student ID followed by WEVA. So, obviously you need to have your user ID so that you can sign in. And your password is set up to be WEVA@USA. Now, obviously it's very important that you change your password as soon as you can. Otherwise, other people can get into your account on accident or on purpose. So, I want to show you guys what that looks like. When you go to sign in, if you go to usatestprep.com, it'll automatically fill in that /home for you, and you'll click this login button. You can see that I have the account ID saved on my computer, so it automatically filled it in. And then you'll have to type in your username and password. Once you're logged in, you should see something that looks a little like this. You'll have your name up here. And you can join a class or look at some assignments. First thing I want to do is show you guys how to sign up for a class. Now there's a pretty decent chance you already signed up for the ones that you need. As you can see, this sample is signed up for several courses. Let's say you have to take a test in here and you are not already signed up. You'll see that there's a Join a Class button. First, you need to know your teacher's name. So there's a list here of the students, there's a list here of the teachers who have USA Test Prep tests in here. And let's say, for example, you need to sign up for one of Ms. Cherney's tests. You're in one of her classes and you need to take that test, but that test isn't on your list. Click on her name. And when you click on Choose Classes, you can see the classes that are available. If you do sign up for something, make sure you're signing up for the appropriate one. Once you sign up for a class, you guys do not have the ability to get rid of that class. So it's really important that you only sign up for a class if you know that you're missing one. While we're scrolling down here, you can see that there's assignments and messages, and the sample student has several tests assigned to them. You will have a few down here as well. Go ahead, click Begin, and take that test. Now I do want to talk a little bit about what those tests are going to be like for my course. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you are in my algebra class. Each teacher has their grading set up a little differently for the pre-interim, interim, and final tests. So you'll have to talk to each of your teachers about how they are grading those. For my classes, the pre-interim, interim, and final all work off of each other. And what I mean by that is if you, let's say you take the pre-test and you don't do very well. That's expected. It's a pre-test. It's about things that you haven't learned yet. So the pre-test is stuff you will learn this year. Let's say that you get a 30% on it. Not a very good grade. Seems like a really shoddy way to start out the year. that's actually okay, because when you take the interim, that's going to be the same material, but now you've had a chance to learn some of it in the course. Let's say you get a 45% on that test. Still not super exciting. But as long as you do better than you did on the previous one, I will cancel out that grade and change that grade to the higher one. Now, there are two interim tests. And hopefully you're going to do better and better on these. Not only will I go back and change the grade on that last one, I'll change the grade on the first one as well. So the better you do each time, the more your grade is going to raise, because it's going to affect the previous tests you've already taken. By the time we get to the final exam, you should have spent time learning everything that there was from this semester. So that pretest is a lot like the final exam. We just want to know how much of it you've already seen before. So you guessed it. Again, that's the same material. And not only does that change the grade on the interim 2, but on the previous 2 tests as well. So I will go back and change these grades as long as you continue to do better. So there's 2 conditions to that. One is that the most recent test is a higher grade than one of the previous tests. Obviously, if you get a 90% on this interim here, you wouldn't want that grade changed if you do worse. But the other condition is that you have to take them. If you skip one of these and get a 0 because you didn't take it, that 0 stays forever. So if you skip a pretest, the interims, or the final exam, you will get a 0 on that test, and there will be no way to raise that grade. So, will you do super well on the pretest? Probably not. If you're doing really well on the pretest, that means you probably don't belong in this class. It means that you've already learned that material, and you should be taking a different course probably. And so there would be a conversation we'd have to have about finding an appropriate class for you. So, if you don't do well, don't worry. You'll have the opportunity to get points back and raise that grade. If you have any questions about this stuff, please feel free to let me know and we will talk all about it.